everybody, Rochelle Plumstead here, Remax East Coast Elite. Thanks for joining me for this week's Movin Up Minute. I'd like to thank my good friend Gail. She sent me a question this morning and I thought it was rather interesting. So if you're a homeowner, there's going to be different businesses that assign value to your property for different reasons. You've got insurance companies, you've got the government for your property taxes, you've got the bank, you've got all of these different sorts of businesses that have their reasoning behind assigning value. So in this instance, she was curious because her insurance is due, and insurance is going to base your policy on replacement value. So if it burnt to the ground, how much is it going to cost to replace that with brand new? Chances are that's higher than what your market value is. Not always, because there's always exceptions, but chances are it's higher because your home isn't typically going to be brand new to start with. So if I've got, 50-year-old house, it's going to cost substantially more to rebuild that right now than it would have, say, 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So that's one value. An assessment is what the government's going to assign to you to charge you property taxes. Chances are that's lower than what market value is. Why? Well, most of us have lived in our homes longer than a year or two, so they haven't reassessed based on the market value, which of course has gone through the roof the last few years. So you're probably paying less on your assessment. So how do you figure out what is the market value on your home? Well, really, you've got two options. You can call an appraiser. They're going to come in. They're a third party. They don't care whether you're selling, whether you're buying. They don't care anything. They're just going to give you what they feel is market value on your property for perhaps borrowing purposes at the bank. A realtor is going to give you market value based on what's sold similar in recent, 90 days is what I try and do, because that's our most accurate right now because the market changes so quickly. So my advice is, if you want market value on your property, you can either spend the money and get an appraiser in, which is not a bad idea, especially if you're going through a divorce or you need an actual asset value, because a realtor's is an opinion. You can't take that to the bank. If you just want an idea, then call a realtor. Call me, call whoever you've been dealing with, and we can give you a fairly accurate advice on what we would price it at and what it would probably sell at. So hopefully this helps, Gail, and thank you for your question. If anybody has questions, please send them to me. I love this. I love getting your questions. If you're moving up, moving over, moving out, and you do have questions, I have answers. Wishing you a fantastic weekend. Bye for all. See you next week.